Guys, today I have in the studio Jay Seeney, somebody who I owe so much for my podcasting. And I truly, 6-7 years ago when Jay Seeney was like this big, he was a little short, he's like this guy. He was younger. He showed me how to do the podcasting and how to use the mic and how to use the camera. And today, friendship with Jay exceeded everything because it's not just somebody who is doing work, but it's somebody who is mentoring how to use equipment. Because in my instance, I'm doing a lot of vlogging, using different type of the cameras, and Jay is always on the call 24/7. When I say, Jay, it doesn't work, that's what to plug, how to plug, and whatever it is. But Jay, today I'm using 2 different cameras, and I wanted today, because I want to show off to Jay, I can do it. Jay, Blacklist Production. What is Blacklist Production?
So, Blacklist Productions is a media company which I started 6 to 7 years ago. And basically we had a vision in the beginning to work with country music artists mostly to create music videos for them. And, the company kind of started because the internet started to become really important, and we needed to produce a lot of content for my own band. But then over time that sort of grew, and then we started working with a lot of country music artists, and then we built on that and then started working with businesses as well to create content for them to get the message out about all the great things people are doing.
You know what, speaking about your band, like those who don't know, Jay Seeney is a country musician. And other day, literally, I even asked you, I'm not sure, I was in London, in Paris, and I said to myself, is that a Jay Seeney band? That's like, come on, seriously? The Instagram gives me offer your music. Did you know it's gonna happen, or did you know it's gonna be there, or what? Or am I the first one to say, Jay, you are on Instagram Music?
Well, yeah, you just never know where things are gonna pop up. Algorithms control our world now, so you just never know where things are gonna end up.
Look, I'm very proud of you, but as I said, you are offering something very unique. So I remember before the COVID, 2017, 2018, your very first time you walk in your office and I said, Jay, I need to record some videos. I didn't know nothing about doing the videos, and yet you have the wealthy, abundant knowledge how to help the people. So let's go talk about this. If somebody wants to record the videos, right? Everybody has idea, wants to record, but statistically speaking, they say between 5 to 7 episodes, people give up either because they're losing the mojo, they don't have equipment, they have no audience. But in my instance, you're helping me to build me 6-7 years ago confidence that I can do it. So now, how do you help people actually to bring that content to the life?
For sure. So there's a number of different things that you need to be able to film, and you can spend a ton of money, or you can do it really cheap. And I think there's a way to do it on every single budget. So really, you just want to help people within the means that they have to be able to achieve the goal that they want. So I think the most important thing is, you have a camera that works, and everyone has that now. Everyone's got a smartphone, and at least some kind of decent audio. So there's a lot of tools these days that you can use in post-production. I think it's better to get it right in situ. But as long as you have a decent camera and your audio is good, you can get a very long way. On top of that, then you can start adding different things like lighting, making sure that you've got nice front lighting on the face and things like that. But they're probably the main things you can do. But the most important thing is the message, and the message that people can hear.
You see, that's an interesting thing what you say. Today I said, I want it, because you brought the bag with you. This is the lack of confidence in me. It's okay, guys, because Jay is still doing today the emoji videos.
Oh, I am always prepared for any situation.
But the thing is, this is the good thing, when I say again, I'm very grateful for what you taught me, but I'm still today in position asking you, Jay, I need this. Jay, can you help me this? Jay, can you do this? Can you do that? The fact is that you're doing all these things. You're helping people to keep the podcasting alive. The consistency is the key. And one thing what you have it's a hallmark of your business. It's you've been reliable continuously. I said, like, for last 7 years knowing you, I never heard from you, I can't do it, it's the fluctuation of the price, you know, you done this, you can't do this, you can't do that. What drives you to give the best product on the market? What drives you, Jay?
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing and the best way to live a fulfilling life is to give to other people. And the more you can do that, and I found the more that I take on my plate to help other people, then the better my life becomes. You know, it's a win-win. And I think when people are sort of kind of self-absorbed and sort of stuck in themselves, they tend to get a lot more depressed. Whereas if you're always thinking about other people and offering what you can for other people, you know, that's the way to a fulfilling life.
You know, like, those who don't know, the life, the battlefield, the lights, you know, people ask me, how did you come with the idea putting these red and blue lights? I steal from Jay Seeney. I did. You know, that's true. I always say to Jay, you had those lights. It's like, how the fuck? But you didn't hesitate for the one moment to help me to, I'll say rude word, copy, but it's not even a copy, but you say like, okay, if he really wants that, have those lights, this is how set up. So this is what in your nature to help the people always to reach their goals, reach their dreams?
Yeah, big time. I mean, you gotta help people with what they want to do. You know, I mean, we're all here on this earth and we've only got limited time, so why not go where we want to go together?
I reached a milestone today, 2 million views. And one thing I know that certainly I will not be in position today to talk to you today if I didn't start believing in what I'm doing. How do you make people believe in that what they creating with you that is good thing? How do you make them like, you know, to feel good that that's a good thing?
Well, I think that's the most important thing, and enthusiasm is contagious. So I was fortunate enough to have excellent parents, and they instilled an unshakable belief and confidence that I can handle anything that I set my mind to. And throughout my entire life, I've walked through that, and what I've aimed for has worked out because I've just made sure I put the work in. So I take that energy and give that to other people and make them believe that they can do whatever they want and achieve whatever they want, provided that they put the miles in and put the work in.
Okay, let's go talk about business. Like, you know, I mean, what do you see? What's the biggest hurdle, disadvantage, or obstacles every business owner face who wants to be present on the market via social media, podcast, or the reels?
I think people are avoiding the work, to be honest.
What do you mean by work?
So I think people are doing a fraction of what they're capable of doing.
Okay.
I think especially when it comes to social media content, the volume that people should be putting out is much higher than what they are actually doing. If you're doing like one reel a week, then you're just going to get lost in this day and age because content is just so important. You know, like we have some of the top people in the industry which are spending like over $20,000 a month on content creation and pushing out like 5,000 pieces of content a month on different platforms. So you've got one post compared to 5,000 across multiple platforms. I mean, who's going to get the business? I mean, it just comes down to a numbers game. And I fully appreciate that not everyone has $20,000 a month to spend on social media content creation. But I guarantee that there's a lot more that people can be doing that they aren't doing or they're avoiding because they're potentially scared of it. They have limiting beliefs, things like that. But in this day and age, it's just something that you have to get through and you have to be on top of and deal with if you want to grow your business. I mean, what's more important to you, like not being in front of the camera or growing your business? You know, you have to choose your hard.
You said something very important, but people are lazy, they don't want to do the work. But as well, I think that people are afraid. Like, I do remember, like, very first videos with you, like 6-7 years ago, remember in my office, you know, that before the COVID, you know, you were holding the iPad for me, like, and I was reading for iPad. You know, I don't mind saying people like, how you can improvise as long as you say, message goes out, right? So compared to me this, again, 5,000 pieces of content per month versus one. What person who does the 1 or 2 per month can achieve? Nothing. Zero.
Yeah, not much at all. unless see, the thing with social media content is you're not sure what's going to work. You're not sure what's going to get picked up by the algorithms and get pushed out to a lot of people. So basically, if you're putting out more pieces of content, then you're increasing your chances of getting your message out to more people. And what it really comes down to at the end of the day is when you're marketing, you want to reach as many people as you possibly can so they can hear about what you're doing. And then more people hear about what you're doing, you're more likely to convert them to sales. So, if you put out one piece of content, get like 200 views compared to like 5,000 pieces of content, and that gets, say, 100,000 views or 200,000 views, like that's a huge difference.
So, can you ask you one more question? Like, okay, so very simple terms. When somebody comes to you, like, and so like, Jay, I want to have I have the budget, whatever it is, I want to work on within my budget. How do you work with that person in create that content? Let's just say, is this takes 1 hour to record or takes 6 hours to record some content? How do you come with this one, with the planning and budgeting and everything else? How do you, Blacklist Production, comes with this?
For sure. So generally what we'll do, we'll work with a business on pre-production. So the most important thing is to step into what the brand is all about. Like find the brand voice, Is it a tough brand? Is it, a fun brand? And you want to make sure that you're crafting content around that message. So that's the first step. And then once you've got that, it's very important that you produce the content that sort of relates to what the business is all about. So there's a number of different things you can do. It doesn't always have to be selling a solution, which is really important. In your content, you can create the problem for the viewer, and then, one step away is your solution. But it also needs to be entertaining because there's a lot of different types of content. You need to have content that draws people in and entertains them. And then you've got content that sells them. So I believe the term is like nurturing, nurturing where you get them to buy, and content where you just pull them in. So we'll generally work with a business, and it'll take probably 2 days, I'd say. We'll go in with a plan. Some of the content would be podcasting because it's really easy to cut up clips and get a lot of volume very quickly, and it's incredibly engaging for people as well. So we'll work for probably 2 days, craft a heap of different content ideas, and then we'll shoot that content, and then we'll take that away, and then hopefully by the end of the process you'll have about 6 months worth of content that you can roll out over time.
So can I ask you something? How the people can engage with you? Like what they can expect? Is any type of the packages you're offering, or is it any type of like the way how they can make the budget and the dreams come true together? There's something what you can offer them?
Definitely. So we do have some flexibility with budget. We can produce, say, 3 months worth of content instead of 6 months. But it all comes down to volume and how hard you want to go at it. Because you can do a lot with a little, but you can do significantly better if you get more. So depending on what people's budgets are, we work with them and just get people the best result that we possibly can.
Okay, so how they can contact you?
So the best way to get in contact with me is probably through our website, www.blacklistproductions.com.au, and shoot me a message on there. My email's all there, or Facebook, Instagram. If you look up Jay Seeney, you will find me.
Okay, one thing I can guarantee for the people, they're going to have the good time with you. They're going to have a fun recording and everything else. I do remember several years ago, when I didn't have the studio, I remember what was the garage of your uncle or your father? Somebody was garage, the big one, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere and I was going with a smile on my face because, I was so excited I can create something. And I know it's gonna look good. So for that one, I guarantee that people are gonna have a fun working with you, creating. And that's thanks to you, several years ago when we start doing with me, I transferred this desire into my own studio. But still today, I feel like I'm calling you, Jay, I need this, Jay, I need that, what to plug, how to plug, what camera, this and that. Now tell me something, you want a new camera?
Yes, we just bought a new camera.
Why are you giving so much pride to this camera? Tell me.
Well, we had a photography camera previously, and it did a great job. It's taken all of our photos for the last 6 or 7 years. But as things go, this camera was on its last legs, so it was just about done. So we thought, well, we shoot the best videos in our industry. We've won awards for the stuff that we do, so we need to make sure that our gear is up to spec as well. So we just spent probably a good $9,000 on a brand new camera and a brand new lens, which we'll continue to kit out with more lenses to get the best shots that we possibly can. So that camera that we bought is a Canon R5, top of the line mirrorless camera. Which
is there any aspect, let's say somebody comes to you and say like, I want to create something. Is there anything you can say I can't do it, or you can say like, it can be done?
You can always find a way. You'd be amazed how money can move mountains.
That's true. Like, okay, so one more question I do have. Like, well, I have many questions because I don't see you nothing. I mean, I see you every time when I see you on Facebook or something. It's like, oh come on, he's rolling with the bulls, and like, you're doing all this creative work. I just, what I try to say, guys, I'm going to put the comment section below, Jay Seeney Facebook page. You're going to hit social media, go there, give him your love, support, but it's like, you're going to see how creative Jay truly it is, because I'm mesmerized. But another thing is, like, I saw you that you exercising a lot. Okay, you are recording a lot, you're traveling a lot. You're a very busy man, and yet you do exercising. How important is exercising for anybody on this planet? Not just for you. How important it is?
Exercising is everything. I would put exercising above making money, because you cannot face the day if you're in a state where you're just like weak. I place a lot of emphasis on training hard, training heavy. When I'm at home, I'll probably train a good 4 or 5 times a week, because I think it's essential to be able to handle any situation that you're in, regardless of what it is. You don't want to be held back by your physical capability. So I place a lot of emphasis on training really hard. And of course, when you're on the road, things can get a little bit harder, but you need to find a way. It's basically what you prioritize. Like, I did a trip over to Perth pretty recently, and I make sure the hotels that I stay in, even though I know I'm going to be quite busy, the hotels I stay in have gyms. So I know I can go there, I'll have something to eat, and then I can go to the gym. I don't need to go out and take extra time to find something, because the gym is right there. And that's the value of staying in hotels that are perhaps a little bit more expensive. You can buy back that time. And I think that's
interesting. You can buy back that time.
Yeah, I mean, because once you have cash, I mean, what do you need? You just need more time, and that's the most valuable asset of all. So that is the benefit I place on exercise.
I always take advice of you, because I spoke with Matteo, my son. I said to him, dude, what do you think what I'm missing on the YouTube? And he says to me, Dad, you are for me boring because you're doing this stuff, I'm not interested in you, because I'm 21 years old, la la la. He says, but the value it is in you that you're seeing the generation like my one, millennial, and and the Z and XY, whatever it is, what the businesses need. And I'm seeing a lot of crap work there, Jay. Like, literally, I'm very proud, with my content, but it's like, when I do the interview, like, I talk to the people and, try to find out and what it is, but I'm seeing a lot of people go cheap. Mm-hmm. They go and they do some software and they put the video and looks terrible, man. Like, I don't understand why people opted for this one. And as you say, it depends how much money you have and what you're prepared to invest. But I say, like, again, we can't all invest 5,000 pieces of the social media per month. But the presence is necessary. But as you say, there's something important. It's the message. So why would the people opt for the something online, put a video, even they're going to get a crap, the product out. This is same like with the exercising. If you don't do proper exercise, you're never going to achieve the results. Say it was video. Why would they do this not to go to you?
I think that people just don't know what they don't know. People probably think what they are putting out is good, but it's because they haven't had someone there to explain that maybe you shouldn't do this.
Okay, that's true. That is true, yeah. That is true.
If you go cheap, you're going to get cheap results. And it really comes down to that. If you want to make money, you've got to have money. So you have to invest money. And it just really depends on how important it is to you. Like the content that we put out in the world for my business is incredibly important, because it's a reflection of what we do. So that's why I invest a lot of money in equipment to make sure that we can produce the best videos that we possibly possibly can. So if you're a business that's like a market leader and you want to be the best in your industry, then why don't you have the best content? It's really that simple. You know, like it's basically free advertising now. Like once you've got the content created and you can put that across all of the social media platforms, you're getting free eyeballs. You used to have to pay a lot of money for that. You used to have to not only get the content produced, but then you'd have to pay for TV spots or things like that. Now you can get that for free. But the caveat of that is that the content has to be quality. People have to want to watch it because we have such high standards for content now. You know, if we don't like something, boom, we're on to the next piece.
You know, you're absolutely right. Like when I was now overseas, you know, I mean, I saw that a lot of people doing the content creation, right? And, you know, I never done before in my life vlog. Never in my life. Like every time I'm learning something new, like, and, you know, thank God, you know, you told me how to do the backup on a roadcaster with that Zoom, what's it called, in that machine that's there, right? But the thing is, you help me quite a lot how to salvage situations because before they become disaster here in the studio. But when we doing the content creation, so like a lot of people doing, and I caught this on a plane, they record, I can see they're doing on a plane, you know, they're cutting and everything else. And I said to myself, it's rubbish because I know by myself, if I do something on mobile phone, it's good on mobile phone. If you want to put something on a YouTube or anything else, it's all this pixelation, that's pixelating, you know what I mean? It's all this, the image is blown and everything else. And I said to myself, why would I post some crap? Because some software are doing with the finger, when some people can come to you and say, Jay, this is what I recorded on mobile phone. Can you know, render and take that content into something with the quality? But that's what the people are missing the point because, as you say, they're putting things out. People are generally speaking, says, no, it's okay, it's beautiful, but in reality, it's a shit product. It's a shit product, man.
100%. And, you know, I think there's a lot to be said about smartphones. They've certainly made things a lot more accessible, which in some ways is great. You know, it's great that more people have the opportunity to create, but the problem is it's made it more accessible. And that is a problem because people don't know, like they haven't spent the time learning about how to create quality content and you know, craft stories and things like that. So it's, yeah, it's an interesting one.
No, look, I just want to say thank you for today, right here. I mean, like Blacklist Production guys, I'm going to put in the comment section below, contact the Jay, explore the possibilities, you know what I mean? You don't need to know how to do podcasts. You don't need to know how to create a content. Jay will teach you, show you how to explore this, how to make this work for you. And as I said, Jay, thank you for coming today, but I'm offended with your bag because my two cameras are good enough. Vlogging is a one thing, and but as again, I say, like, when you do the quality content, you need to have the good cameras and you need to process this very well. So Jay, Blacklist Production, thank you, Jay.
Thank you so much.